Welcome back to Urban Cowboy Disc Golf. This is the back 11 holes of the Creekside Open powered by Prodigy Discs. My name is Austin. I will be with Jacob and Jason as they finish up this first round. We're going to come up to hole one. Hole one is kind of a up the hill hyzer shot. You're going to get through these pine trees on the left. It's only 240 feet, but it is kind of tricky to try to just hold it out right. Jacob ends up a little left inside and gets the worst kick, is the left side kick. We got Jason lining it up, and he's going to try to put it up higher to try to skip it into the left. As you can see, he's going right in between some of the last guardian trees. He ends up parked up there at the top of the hill. Okay, once again with the step out forehand, releases it a little to the right of his gap and hits a tree and rolls down. That's a problem with these hills and this pine straw. It's really bad for rollaways. And the jump putt, he's really good at that Anheuser jump putt. It really surprises me. He taps out for a bogey, unfortunately. And that'll give a 2-point swing, a 2-stroke swing for Jason to be 4 under and Jacob to be 3. This is almost the opposite. It's a straight shot and down the hill, sloping from left to right, and Jason pulls it a little to the right and ends up kind of in a small clearing on the right-hand side. And then we've got Jacob doing the almost exact same thing. Here we got him. He's just going to try the little up chip shot. This is actually really perfect. There's a small like manhole cover, like septic thing right behind it. He hits that and ends up perfectly parked for par. And Jacob just leads a little high and it just kind of dies and stays close enough for his easy putt. And so we just end up staying the same, all square. Hole 10, 241 feet. We're looking at a nice, easy, straight shot, but all that stuff on the right side is dangerous. You get one kick and that disc is not going to be found.
Oh, what?
And of course, Jason just parks it. He also gets a nice kick off that tree to the right. And then Jacob just flexes something out there perfect. They both throw the perfect tee shot. They've got nothing to clean up. There is just nothing but a simple 15-foot putt for birdie. So we got a nice little star frame right here. I forget the logo or the beat of the Jomez star frame. So hole 11 is a par 4, 482 feet down the hill. It's kind of a two-tiered hole. You've got the top tier kind of landing zone right before you get to the green. You have a choice between going right or left of this big pine tree right there. And let's just say Jason went a little too left. But he did get way down there for an easy kind of short up shot. Jason, he's going to big flex this thing to the right side and end up perfectly in the middle of that left side gap. Of course, he also throws that up shot really quickly, and I missed the shot.
Wrong way.
Because I'm trying to get Jason in these woods right here. So he throws that pretty good, but somehow it just slides completely OB. But he's right behind the basket for an easy kind of 20-foot putt to save par. Jacob on his third shot trying to just save par, or go for his birdie, and he just leaves it a little short. Hard to hit that Anheuser putt all the time. And like the beginning, the first half of this round, he's still on for putting right now. So he's still hitting those putts. Hole 12, 211 feet. You're kind of going up this hill to the left, trying to make it through this plethora of trees. It's a lot of people doing the hard hyzer shot, just trying to get it high above some of these smaller gaps to hit the larger gaps in the air. But Jacob, of course, is like, you know what? I have a better plan. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to grab something out of my bag that I like to throw. I'm going to throw this baobab roller at it.
I was wondering if anyone was going to go forehand route.
I keep telling him it's really hard to film these like baobab roller shots, especially through the woods.
You split the only trees you can.
But there it is, just sitting right underneath
That
the
is
basket.
rude.
He's down the hill, but an uphill 15-foot putt, I would take it every day. We got Jason. He hit a tree midway through the fairway. He almost cashes in that long putt. It's a very long putt. And Jacob tries to tap that in without me catching it. So we're all square 5 under for both Jacob and Jason. Coming into hole 13, which is a very hard par 3. You're talking about up the hill behind a group of pine trees, and you've got to hit your gap off the tee or it's going to be bogey almost guaranteed. And I think both of them hit the same tree and go the same direction. So he throws a roller here, but unfortunately it hits a root and then a tree and it goes almost nowhere. Jason got a little bit more forward progress and he's got a more of a hyzer shot towards it. He's trying to swing that out, get some distance up there, but it's further down and to the left. Yep, we got an easy tap in for bogey right there. And this is to make the save par, but this is also like a good 75-foot putt. Yep, and it leaves a little high. Not an easy putt. Just here to tap out. And that's easy enough. They both cash in a bogey, unfortunately. We're both 4 under now. Hole 14 is actually a very hard par 3 as well. This is a couple of holes. If you can escape with par, it's a really good thing to get away with. This is all the way down the hill, and it stops right before the river. So if you hit a good tee shot, you're at the top of the hill, and you're looking at a layup to get to the bottom. Because if you actually do get to the bottom of the hill off the tee shot, there's a good chance you just went ahead and win OB. So he stops a little short. He's got a nice forehand up there. I think he put too much turn on it out of his hand. It was too Anheuser, and it just kept traveling more and more left. So he tried a jump putt only because he wanted it to land softly, but if you can see, he's actually over here on the left side, kind of, if you look past Jacob, he's sitting on a branch, just barely not OB. And Jacob just barely misses this. A little high, a little right. And Jason right here is just sitting there on the bank of that river, just wondering if he can make this putt.
Good putt.
Let's see, he's just inside the circle 30 feet, and he cashes that putt in to save his par. Could have been so much worse if it was a double bogey. Hole 15, more of a hyzer shot. But if you need some real good left to right travel, and Jason hits some high hanging tree limbs.
Looks good. Come on.
Jacob has a pretty good shot at it, but he still needed to get more left. Jason looking like he's got a long jump putt to go. He kind of leaves it out right a little bit, sticks to his hand a little too much. And then Jacob has this nice, about 40-footer to go. See if we can make that one. Misses it left. Just a tap in for them now. Hey, we're looking at hole hole 16, 318 feet. Par 3. Now it is a very tight gap, almost no real line,
Oh,
but
yeah.
Jason hits it near perfectly. He skips a little past the basket though, so he's got a 30-foot putt, I think, coming up. Jason hits one of those tight lines and then also hits a tree. Just ends up a little left. And just off the top nub, he misses that putt. I missed Jacob's upshot, but he ends up only 20 feet short, so quick, easy upshot.
Putt.
And both get par one way or another. Hole 17, 208 feet. More of a straight shot than this, but you have some tight gaps to hit. And it's also like an uphill shot to begin with. So it's more difficult just because you're often like weirdly on this sidewalk to try to run up and then throwing into a hill almost. So it's got to be nose up out of your hand. He releases a little inside. Jacob for a 30, 45 foot putt. Just a little short and a little right. Easy tap in par though. Here on 17, we've got a nice birdie attempt for Jason. And just off the bottom of the cage. And tapping in there, pars. Hey, hole 18, another par 4, 440 feet, but the amount of distance you need to travel left off the tee is amazing. There is near about no way to really get that left-hand travel without taking into account there is OB on the right-hand side if you pass the cart path, so you just kind of have to throw a hyzer and hope you can get enough left travel or big skip to get up there for an easy upshot. It's not easy if you go inside though. You're looking at a wall of these trees and there's almost no way to get through them. Jason ends up doing a pretty good job getting to a landing zone, but he doesn't actually make a lot of distance, so he's looking to try to get up and down for par here. He throws it high, he throws it right, he throws it to where it can travel to the left. So this is when you get on that inside line, you actually have to end up throwing something funky. He throws a roller, tries to get through those trees. You're covering a lot more ground, not going very wide. If you're going to stick it up, go it up and down, throw a roller at it. Jason for his nice easy approach shot.
Oh,
He's like 25 short, 10 short. And hey, the roller actually gives him a good look. If he can get just out of here, he actually has a look at a birdie putt. But, I mean, with how many small trees are in his way, he's just happy he's got a look to get out. Easy enough. Now we can just tap in our pars and go our own ways. This is the end of round 1. After this, they actually ended up pretty good. We're looking at 4 under for Jason and 3 under for Jacob. After coming up 3 under for the first round, he's actually tied for third with 3 other people, but thanks to his low PDGA score number, he's on the lead card with Jason. And he's also sponsored by Phoenix Discs, Greasy Dyes, and Above Ground Level Discs. Above Ground Level names all their discs after trees, and he loves throwing the baobab and the cedar. He's also sponsored by Redemption Disc Golf. I'm sponsored by Redemption Disc Golf, so I always love giving them a shout out, and also love following my fellow teammates, especially when they're doing as good as they are right now. And then we have Jason Embry. He's doing good. He is tied he's by himself, second place behind Bradley Williams, another friend of ours. And he is looking to try to beat him in the second round. He's sponsored by Prodigy Discs. As of after this tournament, he found out he was sponsored by them. So he's happy to have them as a partner so he can throw more of their discs and learn their stuff. He's also sponsored by Redemption Disc Golf, one of our wonderful plethora of players. That leave a like and comment on these videos if you like what you're seeing. I've got other videos on my channel as well, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.